Shalom, Port of Spain. Shalom, Port of Spain. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. And we teach the truth according to the Bible, that you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you are part of the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. We had to give the officer a hand. We had to give the officer a hand for the things that he have just said, because our religious leaders are the ones that's supposed to be teaching the black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man his culture. They are supposed to be teaching him his laws. They are supposed to be teaching him the truth according to the Bible. These religious leaders and politicians are not out here for the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. This is what you have to understand. We just see, they say they're opening up how much 100 or 1,000 jobs for the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. But I have had the privilege to speak to many, and they are saying that the things that is required for the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man to get these jobs, so-called black man, it is not in your interest. These are not in your interest. What we don't consider, because these politicians and the people that rule over us, what they don't consider, there may be black people that do not have the qualified education. There may be black brothers and sisters that went to school, but they don't have the education. Just as the officer was bringing out a while ago, where are the cries for the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man that do not have that education? Where are the cries? Why aren't the religious leaders crying and showing the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, this is the road to go. This is where we need to go. Why are they not doing that? Week after week, month after month, year after year, these religious leaders and politicians, you know when they're coming out and talk? Prosperity doctrine. Right to is who have and who ain't have. But what about the black girl that is committing abortion? What about black people that is suffering high in cholesterol? What about those high in blood pressure and heart disease? Week after week, prosperity doctrine. But you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you're going to learn something today. You're going to learn about the actions of your religious leaders and what we as a people need to do to come out of the Christian church, come out of the Muslim mosque, come out of these religions that is feeding us the things that is not beneficial for a so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. What we don't understand is that it is beneficial for them. These religious leaders, all they did to you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, they look for something that you lost in. You know why? Because we are poor. These poor people are filling up the church. So they look for something that you lost in and they feed it. They study it and they feed it, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. But it is not prosperous and it is not beneficial for us. We in the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana, we are going to bring you the truth. Truth according to the Bible, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. When you ever read Baba Kusha?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 1. The sin of Judah. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 1. The heart is deceitful above all things.
What?
The heart is deceitful above all things.
What is the heart, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man? It's talking about your mind. The minds of these religious leaders and politicians, it is deceitful above all things. It is full of trick. It is full of lies. So-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. And we sit in the Christian church, we sit in the Muslim mosque, and listen to the lies and the trickery of these politicians, these religious leaders. I know we do. You know we do, instead of we come out and help our brothers and sisters in the Christian church, you know what they do? They come out and they just keep putting more pressure on the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. More lies, feeding you Christmas, feeding you Easter, feeding you birthdays, and all these different things. But they don't understand that they are working for the pastor. They are working for the oppressor, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. They don't understand. When you see the so-called Gerald Alford come in, and these battleships, we have to understand that these politicians, they are working under the spirit of the so-called oppressor. What is the spirit of the oppressor? to feed you lies. To feed you lies, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. That is why when we look around, we see in our politicians feeding us lies. Things that is not beneficial for us. Nobody don't have the same answer. Nobody can speak the same thing, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. But we don't understand that our oppressors, who is the so-called white man, they are feeding that those that rule over us, doctrines and philosophies, to continually come out here week after week, month after month, to keep putting oppression on the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. But all these is about to stop. All these is about to stop because the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana is out here for you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Give me Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6, Baba Kusha. We are out here for you to show you, so-called black man, the wiles of the so-called oppressor. To show you his wiles, to show you the lies that is being pushed on our people, and what we as a people need to do to come out of the condition. That's what your pastors and them, what your religious leaders, every week, prosperity doctrine. Look how they look at poor people in the congregation as there is nothing. After they had built the Christian church, after they had built all these religions, the Muslim mosque, they look at them as there is nothing. That is a beautiful thing. Because you know why? When they come in the ISUPK, all you have to do, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, is keep serving the Most High. Keep serving the Lord. And all the lies of these religious leaders, they're going to fall. They're going to fall. Right now, these religious leaders, they're hiding behind prosperity. The vehicle that they drive, the houses that they build, and all these different things. So-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. But all these lies is going to fall. All these lies is going to fall because we serve the true living God. Not this image here that they give us. This white image, they know God. They know Christ. We serve a black king. A black king by the name of Jesus Christ as we know it. But in the Hebrew, is Yahushai. When you have it, read Baba Kusha.
The book of Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people.
My what?
My people.
The Lord is telling you through the prophets that my people. What does that mean, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man? That the Lord have a people. We are not connected with all these other races that we see walking through here in Port of Spain. It might sound strange. It might sound weird. But the Lord is telling us that black people is that people, Hispanic people is that people, and Native Indian people is that people that the Lord has chosen. That the Lord is saying what? My people, go ahead.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
The Lord is telling us through his prophets that his people, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, we are destroyed. We are destroyed mentally, physically, and spiritually. The Lord is telling us that we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. What is the knowledge that we are destroyed of, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man? Is it about prosperity doctrine? Is it about lies? Is it because we don't understand what's happening? Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, we are destroyed because we don't understand, first of all, who we are. Why the religious leaders not telling the black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man who they is? Where are the cries? Where are the cries? Every week, prosperity doctrine. Buy this prayer cloth. Put this oil on your hand. With the cries for the black man to know who he is today. We are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, so-called black man. We don't understand that we are part of these 12 tribes here on the board that we see in here. Come up and see it. Come up and watch it. These are 12 brothers with children. And we are part of these children, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. This is what you have to know. But when we stick up in the Christian church, we stick up in the Muslim mosque, we learn how to go against each other. And the leaders in these churches and these institutions teach younger men to go against their brothers. And what happened? It keep going again and again and again. And we end up in a generational curse. It has somehow we have families. And I'm sure people on the outside here could testify that. I'm sure they could testify that. They're not living good with their brother and sister. Children, cousins can't lie with cousin and live with cousin peacefully. It can't happen. We're living in a community where black people are going through the same struggle. You understand? Block after block in the community. But you know what happened? All our children growing up just like how we did to go to the block too. That is what you call generational curse. And these religious leaders not teaching the black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man how the hell we could come out of these curses, how the hell we could bring our families back together, how we could bring the black community back together, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. These is the things that the religious leaders are supposed to be teaching us. But they're not doing that because they're only studying their pockets. They're only studying themselves. This is the spirit of the oppressor. This is the spirit of the people that rule over us. Once they have, I good. You understand? But we're not watching them at the ghettos where black people reside and saying, you know what? These people need help. You know what they're saying? If they ain't ask for help, they ain't getting it. That is the religious leaders, that is the politicians. You understand? If they ain't ask for help, they ain't getting that at all. You understand? They're not watching in their institution. If they are black men and black women, you understand, that need psychiatric evaluation, who going through oppression, they're not doing that. Prosperity doctrine, that is the theme of the day. That is the theme of the Christian church. Where is the people that is going to evaluate our young brothers and sisters to understand what is happening in their mind? Where are these people? Where are these people to understand what our black men and black women are going through? Why the abortion clinic rate so high? Why black and black crime so high? Why all these different things? Where are these people? These people, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you can find them right here in the ISUPK under commanding General Yana. Because we have excellent counselors, excellent people that do prison programs and food programs, excellent people that you could call to when things going bad. You understand? This is what you have to understand, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. It's time for we to wake up. Time for we to understand these churches, these institutions, these religions, they're not here for us. Year after year, generation after generation. Look at what happening. The church pocket just getting fat. The church pocket just getting fat. Why they're not coming out and spend some of that money in the black community? Why they're not sharing some of that money among young black people with ideas? As they come up with an idea, boom, they're shooting it down. You understand? But we have to look and listen and watch. Understand the wiles of the oppressor. Understand the wiles of the people that rule over us, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. They can't know your Christian pastor by just going in the church the other day. You have to have a history of this religious leader, these religious leaders, these politicians to understand how they function and how they operate. You understand? But with condition we coming out as a people, we will continue flocking the Christian church because we don't have and we want. You understand? But so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, time for we to come out the church. Time for we to come out the mosque. Gather in the ISUPK under commanding General Yana.
Let nobody tell you cry. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you are a black man like me. And it's worth something.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packed, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, call this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain, something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord?